Have you ever wondered why some men seem to fall apart in relationships while others thrive? The answer isn't about finding the perfect partner. It's about what happens before you even meet them. The most dangerous man is the one seeking a woman to fill his emptiness. Before you swipe right, before you chase another relationship that's doomed to fail, listen to what Denzel Washington discovered through decades of success, failure, and building an unshakable legacy. Most men today are dying of comfort. They're seeking relationships as bandages for their lack of purpose. They're confusing love with a cure for their emptiness. But Denzel Washington, one of Hollywood's most respected men, walked a different path. His journey didn't begin with red carpets and fame. It started with rejection, solitude, and a pivotal choice that would define his life: build himself from within, or break trying to find salvation in others. What follows isn't just celebrity advice. It's the raw truth about manhood that nobody wants to tell you. First, become who you want to be. Then decide who to let into your life. Look around you. Men everywhere are doing exactly the opposite, desperately searching for someone to complete them before they've even completed themselves. While others were hunting for relationships, Denzel was hunting for character. He understood a fundamental truth. Until you've shaped your own identity with deliberate intention, you're not qualified to be anyone's partner or support. You're just transferring your emptiness. Loneliness is not a punishment. It's a forge for strength. In a world obsessed with constant connection, we've forgotten the power of solitude. Before his breakthrough, Denzel spent years alone, not scrolling social media or drowning in distractions, but working ruthlessly on himself. Where others killed time, he invested it. That crucible of isolation didn't weaken him. It tempered him like steel. A man without a purpose starts seeking comfort in women. That's a downward spiral. The truth nobody wants to hear: when a man lacks direction, he often mistakes romantic attachment for achievement. Without meaning or mission, he pursues relationships as substitutes for purpose. Denzel recognized this trap early. A woman isn't your salvation from meaninglessness. Purpose is what gives a man his fire and backbone. If you're not building yourself, you're becoming part of someone else's blueprint. Without developing your own foundation, you become either a follower or a temporary character in someone else's story. Denzel refused this fate both on screen and in life. He chose the harder, lonelier path of self-reliance, constructing himself brick by brick until he became unshakable. First, you work for your name. Then your name works for you. Success is never overnight. Behind Denzel's iconic status were hundreds of rejected auditions and periods of obscurity. But he understood something crucial. Reputation is built through consistent, unglamorous work when nobody's watching. He didn't just build a career. He forged a legacy where his name alone commanded respect. Don't chase recognition. Become someone who can't be ignored. While others begged for attention, Denzel focused on becoming undeniable. He didn't network his way to the top. He mastered his craft until the industry couldn't look away. Excellence speaks louder than self-promotion ever could. You can't take someone with you until you've learned to walk by yourself. The uncomfortable reality: without personal resilience, you bring weakness, not strength, to a relationship. Denzel mastered self-sufficiency before partnership. Without inner strength, a man isn't a partner. He's a burden disguised as a boyfriend. A real woman doesn't want to save you. She wants to respect you. The fix-me fantasy of finding a woman to heal your brokenness? It's a lie. Quality women aren't looking for projects. They're searching for men they can genuinely admire. And that respect starts with how thoroughly you respect yourself through discipline and achievement. You can't be a leader until you've learned to submit to your own discipline. Denzel's greatness wasn't accidental or talent alone. Behind the scenes was ruthless self-regulation, daily habits, consistent routines, and personal standards higher than anyone could impose externally. He mastered himself before attempting to influence others. Love without purpose is just dependence. When you lack direction, even love becomes a crutch rather than a compliment. Purpose provides the backbone that keeps relationships healthy. It creates priorities, perspective, and the understanding that relationships enhance life, not define it. When you appreciate silence, you stop fearing loneliness. In a world of constant noise, the ability to embrace quiet sets extraordinary men apart. Denzel cultivated comfort with himself when no one was watching. A man who fears being alone will accept any company, even relationships that diminish him. A man without principles will be flexible, too flexible to be reliable. The world is full of easygoing men who stand for nothing. They adapt to please, shift to accommodate, and eventually lose themselves entirely. Without firm boundaries and principles, a man becomes unreliable, first to himself, then to everyone who depends on him. This world doesn't respect the desperate or the dependent. It respects the built, the focused, the self-sufficient. A man searching for himself in someone else's eyes will always be lost. But the one who discovers his own worth creates gravity that naturally attracts the right people. Here's Denzel's challenge to you. Build yourself first. Not for validation, not for women, not for followers or fame. For yourself. Only then will you have something genuine to offer. Only then will the right person appear. Not someone to complete you, but someone who recognizes what you've already completed within yourself. If you're watching this now, consider it your wake-up call. The clock is ticking. Don't just watch another video. Take action today. Drop a comment saying, "Building myself," not settling. And make this the day everything changes. Then subscribe for more wisdom that most aren't ready to hear.